Hey, what's up guys? This is Dylan's coming back from Linear Vision, guys. Sorry I haven't put up any videos about Monster Hunter World, but yeah, today we're gonna be going over today in the training hall. So you guys are gonna get to see the different type of weapons, how they move, what they do. I'm not gonna get too much details with this type of weapon because there's a plethora of videos out there on YouTube that's telling you how they work, how to get them buffed up, and you know how you want to change them if depending on how you farming. Sorry if I sound a little bit out of breath, guys. I just finished my jogging about 20 minutes, not 20 minutes, 5 minutes ago. I just got home. A cool little thing I noticed, guys, on Monster Hunter World, depending on your progression, as you saw before, the background right now is before it was the forest, but right now the background is all stone and mountains because I have progressed a little bit, guys, from last time you guys saw me. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. So as you guys can see right now, my character looks a little bit different. I hunt jaguars a bunch of time, and I got all the armor set for it, except for the helmet. Though the helmet is called a bone helmet. That one you get it by just digging up bones and stuff like that in the open world. But yeah, right now this is the armor set right now for the jaguar. Let's go ahead and get to it. As you can see, my little Palico friends wearing the same armor too, guys. Same armor. Let's see. Yeah. Create an online session. It's just for online session. Create an online session. Message. I'm not really. I'm gonna go ahead and create an online session right now so we can jump right into the game. Yeah, so one other thing too, pressing start in the game or pressing start just brings you to your profile. You can make many profiles, I believe up to 3 or 4 profiles. It'll give you get a different character, of course, in every profile, unless you want to run with the same character, but in a different character, guys. So I just made an online session. That's the only way for you to go inside of the game, by making an online session for yourself, which will allow players to jump on that online session. Just pressing start doesn't get you right into the game. So yeah, this is my character right now. From last time when you guys saw me, different armor, a little bit more buff now, a little bit more beefy. I can do a little bit more, a little bit of progression in the story from last time. But like I was saying, guys, we're gonna be looking at the different type of weapons. One of the things I can say about the weapons, if you guys if anyone here have played the Division, or if you have not played the Division, go ahead and check it out. It's a cool game. It's a pretty little nifty game. It's a multiplayer online game, so it's pretty good. Unlike the Division, you don't have to necessarily run with what do you call it at the time? What everybody's running, or what's OP, or what's the norm. You can run with many different style of weapon, guys. Let me go ahead and speak to you. So this is your room right here. They're gonna on the tutorial, they're gonna let you know where your room is, or you can just look around the hub and you'll find your room. So this little Palico here, he or she will get you right into the training area. So let's go ahead and go right into the training area here. Like I said, I'm not going to get into crazy details with all the weapons. The weapon you see on my back right now is called a heavy bowgun. The heavy bowgun is my preferred weapon. A lot of people have their different weapons, and you're going to look on the left side hand of the screen. You're going to be able to see the buttons you need to push, like aim, fire, reload. If you're on the training session, it's definitely going to be showing you the buttons and stuff so you can just walk the tutorial. So let's go ahead and pull out the heavy bowgun. The light bowgun is different from the heavy bowgun. It gives you more mobility, but it hit a little bit less than the bowgun. Yeah, it hits, and it doesn't carry as much ammo. With the heavy bowgun, I can do a crap ton of damage, but if you time your movement, so I'm walking very slow with it right now, but let's say a monster's behind me, I can just keep rolling and, you know, dodging it, and I can still be firing. Now you see, just fire with one shot. I'm never stationary. I'm always doing tiny moves like that. So if like the monster comes rushing, I can always boom, move out of the way, and then reposition myself, and then start firing. I can just leap out of the way, boom, reposition myself again, and keep firing like boom, boom, boom. So yeah, pretty cool gun. It does what it needs to do, and it has different style of ammo. As you can see here, guys, I have a plethora of ammo. Look at it. My favorite ammo is, not to sleep on this one right here, guys, sticky ammo. This is my favorite ammo. You get 3 of them, but check it out. Just hooks on there. And after a while, you know, just boom, 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 explodes. And I can load all 3 into the monster, flip to a different ammo style, you know, and then this one right here, it's like a missile. Basically, you just fire at the target, you boom. You're gonna see, hold on, let me show you guys. Oh yeah, it does a crap ton of damage. You see that little white spot where the circle is? This is the indicator where you need to shoot it off. Now this ammo is not a bad one. I like to use it when I'm in a group because the monster won't be coming after me, and I like to stay far away. And then just launch this, boom, and then quickly move out of the way, switch to a different ammo. You know, spread ammo, pretty cool type of ammo too. You fire that, boom, it just spreads. Don't even have to worry about it. Just. And another thing, guys, the closer you are to the target, the more damage you do. The further you are from the target, the less damage you do. So like I was saying, that's my favorite gun right here. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can mod it. And then the super for this one, unlike the other one, so this one is called the bone heavy bow gun. The other one is just a regular steel bow gun. So that's not the one that gives you the Gatling effect. This one gives you more the sniping effect. So let's say you activate your super. Okay, you just put it away. Let's say you activate your super. You're like, all right, let me activate my super. I put it in, boom, I load up. Now, if I go to the animation, I go into like the sniping effect instead of the Gatling effect. So I basically just shoot one big sticky, and you'll notice, boom, 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 the sticky just goes off. Compared to the Gatling, this one gives you faster on cooldown, and it gives you a little bit more damage compared to the Gatling, where all it is just burst damage, really fast burst damage. Which can give you a lot of, and of course, guys, you can melee attack monsters too. If they get too close by pressing triangle and circle, you can just melee attack them. And you can always revert back. If you put it in by mistake, let's say you press triangle and circle together, but you miss one of them and then it loads up your super, you can always just press circle back again and it takes off the super. You never had to waste it. It goes back on cooldown. So pretty nifty weapon. Alright, next weapon. Next weapon here. Alright. Let's go ahead and change the weapon. We're gonna go ahead and look at the the hammer. Now I was running around with the hammer. It's not a bad weapon. You automatically see all the type of moves you can do with it. Of course, if you press this, you charge it up. And if you press circle, you can put the charge into the actual hammer itself instead of you just letting it go and swinging. And you can do this, boom. You know, you can just put it into that and then, ow, there you go, right there, guys. It's a you can move with it pretty, just like the heavy it gives you a little bit more running speed than the great sword. Look at that, I can jog pretty cool with it. I was going around, this is the bone hammer. You get different variations of it. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into detail. Pretty nifty weapon if you want to do KO damage. You press, you know, this is gonna be your bread and butter by pressing triangle. This is gonna be your bread and butter to get it to stack up and get it to charge. And you got circle, it just does the big bang. And then if you get the big bang pretty nicely, you can do the big bang, not the big bang, I mean the over smash more than once. You can do it twice. You can do it up to 5 times, I believe, or 4 times, somewhere around that area. So that's the hammer right there. That weapon is a blunt weapon. It's best for you doing KOs on all the creatures. KO damage is basically knocking them out, or knocking them on the floor, or you might even get a chance to completely destroy the creature. So like I wanted to show you guys the difference between the great sword and the hammer when you have it drawn. So the hammer, you guys saw I was able to sprint pretty decently. With the great sword, you see that you don't get to move. I don't like the great sword. It does a ton of damage. It's the hardest hitting weapon in the game. If you swing it, you can even charge it, and then it does crazy amount of damage, but you lose out on some speed when you have to walk or be mobile. Of course, you can always roll to get out of the way. It takes stamina, but you can always roll to get out of the way. You know, you're gonna your bread and butter is gonna always be triangle for every weapon you get, really. And if you press triangle and hold it, you charge up pretty nicely. And then pressing R2 is guard, and circle lets you do something else. So yeah, pretty good weapon. Not my cup of tea. I don't really like that weapon. I feel like when you're facing these monsters, you want to be a little bit more mobile and fluent with your movement. So let's look at another sword that's like the great sword, but it's called the long sword, which is way more mobile than the great sword, and it's probably, if I have to do if I have to use a sword, it's gonna be this sword. You're a little bit more mobile. As you can see, I can take off really quickly, easy. You get different variations of slashes. You know, by just pressing triangle a bunch of time, you get different slashes. And if you press triangle and hold it, you do an over slash. Then you got the fade slash, which is just you press boom. There you go. That was the fade slash right there. Is good for dodging attacks and still being able to land an attack on a monster by doing the fade slash. Pretty cool. And then you can by pressing R2 you do the spirit slash. But if you really want to get into the spirit slash, as you can see, it says right there, triangle and O gives you a greater spirit slash. And if you can see the bigger katana, the longer one, the left hand side of the screen, that's your charge bar for the katana. So if you press triangle, you just keep pressing triangle, you charge it, now it's charged. And then when you go and press R1, you can do something like the face slash, or any other type of spirit slash. There you go, that's one of them right there. That's another one, the thrust by pressing then you guys get the gif. Alright. These weapons are not very complicated. They're not very complicated to use. You just gotta memorize everything. So you just gotta memorize everything, really. Best place to master these weapons, and I would recommend you guys just mastering 1 or 2 weapons. You can play with every weapon in the game. There's no problem with that. You can play with every single weapon in the game, but mastering 1 weapon or 2 is different from playing with every weapon in the game. You can be fluent in all the weapons, know what they all do, and so forth and so on. But truly mastering a weapon, that's when it becomes very, very good for you guys to know. So let's see what else we got. The shield and sword, which is just a little tiny shield and a sword. It gives you a little bit of defense.
The sword and shield is a close-range weapon set that focuses on agility and dodging, and it's great for beginners.
Well, it's great for beginners, but it's not only for beginners. You know, you can guard. Very good with the sword and shield. You can still guard, do slashes. Then you have aim slash, which is like gives you of course, like it says, you aim and you slash at that certain area. So there you go, like right here, you aim Now pressing pressing R3 gives you the aim. You get the aim, and then you can slash at specific target. And it also helps you so you don't lose monsters too. If you aim at them, if you catch them in your crosshead, boom, you always gonna know where the hell they at all time. And if you switch to different targets, it'll just switch it over. But yeah, pretty good weapon. You get a little bit of defense, but you're way more mobile. You can even drink potion. This weapon allows you to drink the potions, the health potions, without ever sheathing your weapon. Unlike every other weapon that you have to put them away for you to drink a potion and so forth and so on. Then now you got the dual blades, and that's almost everybody's favorites for doing unbelievable damage, really quick, really fast type of damage. Really, numbers may be small, but you're in there so fast, you're doing so much damage. It's like unbelievable. And if you press R2, you go into demon mode. Boom, there you go, demon mode right here. And you just become even faster. And you charge your demon, by going into demon mode, you get to charge the long katana on the top, guys. Just crap ton of damage with this weapon. Just crap ton of damage. Ah, there you go. And you do blade dance. There you go, right there. That was a blade dance right there. Then you got Demon Fang. That was a Demon Fang right there. Boom, there's a Demon Fang. Then you got blade dance. There you go. You just pop it. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. And you can constantly do this, which is pretty crazy. You can just constantly spam it. Just spam it. Until you get out of your demon form, which drains so much stamina. It drains so much stamina, guys. Like, I mean, ridiculous amount of stamina. And then there's another technique. You can run. If you go up against a wall. I'm presuming I would have to sheath my sword. I've never done the running up against a wall, but a lot of people swear by it. There you go, right there. Right there, guys. There you go. That was me running up against a wall. The only problem is it requires you to sheath your sword, then run up against the wall, and then you have to redirect your camera as fast as you can, and then run up against the wall and then do your move. Some people can pull it off. I haven't got a chance to train myself to pull it off, so I haven't pulled it off. So yeah, that's one of the favorite weapon everybody's looking. Now, there's two weapons that are very complicated right here. Number one is this one right here. This is the horn. This is the hunting horn. This weapon is only complicated because I said you have to know you have to keep in your head or memorize the songs. If not, then you have to put them next to the screen. I think they give them to you next to the screen. I don't know if you have to enable it, but I think they already give them to you. So you get ahead, you press. So attack, if you go look all the way to the top on the right hand side of the screen, you're going to see the buttons you have to push. And it also tells you what, besides the colors, it tells you what the buttons you have to push. So triangle is white, circle is red, and then pressing them together gives you blue. So if you want to do an attack boost, you press triangle, you press circle, circle. Now you have attack boost. And I believe if you, hold on, did I do it right? No, I didn't do it right. So, triangle, circle, circle, circle. Boom, there you go. Now you got attack boost, and when you push R1, boom, you start doing it. Now with this weapon, it's more, they're basing it off, like a squad weapon, or beefing up your squad, but doesn't mean you can't go into a fight and just like spam attacks. It's like the hammer. You can still spam attack. You know, and then, like it says movement speed right now. So you press R2 and triangle, you get movement speed. Well, I guess I didn't hit it. Well, I did hit it. I don't know which one is it. But I haven't had enough time to mess around with this weapon. If you guys want to see more videos, there's great videos out there on these weapons. What else we got? Got the lance and the shield. Now this weapon right here makes you very tanky. It's supposed to be like the tanky type, bigger shield. You know, unlike the little sworded shield one, you can do way more, taking damage, blocking, all that stuff with this weapon. But here's the deal with this weapon, and which is a cool little animation if you start moving the leg. Look at that. Look at the leg. Oh, look at it go. Oh, you can change direction really fast. It's pretty good. But when it comes to moving towards your target, it's like the great sword. So let's say you're trying to avoid your, which you're probably not gonna be doing a lot of time. You do have the side step so you can avoid your enemy. But you're probably not gonna do it a lot. It doesn't allow you to roll. It just allows you to just take in damage, go in, just jab, jab, hitting hard. Now you charge it, boom. You can just hit harder. Take a little side step. Can really charge this bad boy up and just let it rip. You can do a ton of crap with this weapon, but oh, and another thing too, guys. Let's say if you have your weapon, drawn, guys, you have your weapon drawn out, and you go up to the box and it tells you to shake it, put your sword or weapon away by pressing R1. You can just press the left analog and it'll just put it away for you, really quick, really easy, guys. Because what it is you're going into the running animation. You can do it really quick. It's really easy. I like to do it that way instead of just, you know. Then you got the the gun lance. This is definitely a weapon if you like to have the gun and you have to have the lance to get out once.
Weapon that also fires shells.
This is your gun right here.
Your prey with wyvern's fire.
That's your gun right here. You can do the same lance thrust. You can do the raising slash. There you go. You can just boom. There you go. That's the fire right there. You can just spam this bad boy up. There you go. Oh, that's the super right there, where you just put the thing in the monster's head, just like boom, boom. Okay. You shoot that thing right in his head. Then reload is just pressing R2. Oh, circle on R2, sorry. Circle on R2. Let you reload. Boom. Now you got the little spear thing right into it. That little spear thing, you can just fire it off after a while. That's it, and then boom, you do all time damage. Like I said, there will be videos of people talking about these weapons. You guys will get to see them more in action. I'm just covering just a little bit about them. Not much about these guys. Now this weapon right here is the most complicated. It's the most versatile. I shouldn't say it's the most complicated weapon. It's the most versatile tools in the game right here. This weapon right here. This weapon is the shield sword. It's a little bit quicker than the great sword. A little bit you are more mobile than the spear and lance. This is the charge blade, which is a very cool weapon once you learn how to use it. You got the sword part that lets you do slashes. You know, you can hold it. Let you do different type of charges. If you press it, you can do slashes like that. Boom. Let's go ahead to our target. If you just hold circle in, you charge the blade, release. Once you charge it, you release. You do a double slash. Boom, boom. Then once you press R2 and triangle, you switch over to the big freaking axe, and you can just spam this big axe by pressing freaking triangle over and over and just going hard. Now a lot of people like this weapon, so they're gonna be talking about it a lot. So you guys are gonna get to know it. And you eventually, after a while, you switch back into shield and sword. Pretty good weapon. You can also guard with this weapon too. Overall, just a beautiful weapon. Now this right here, when you press R2, circle, and you let it go and you press triangle, it charges basically shield back up for you to do like a over slash, you know. So it's a pretty cool weapon. Like I said, guys, play around with this weapon. Once you master this weapon, it does almost everything. You can turn it into an axe, turn it right back to a sword. Um, Alex, one of the YouTubers, have a great video about it. You guys will get to see him talk about it. I think that's one of his #1 weapon he used in the game. So he's gonna talk a lot about this weapon. So you guys get to see it. What else we got? What else we got? We got the insect blade as well as the axe or the sword axe. So those are the 2 weapons I think are left for us to do. So we're gonna go ahead and do. Oh, we still got the bow and arrow, but it's okay. So let's do the bow. So the bow, basically, you pull it out, gives you the regular bows, the non-stop bows. You just keep spamming those, and if you hold it, it charges it up, and you let go. It just gives you a stronger one, or you can just spam it for little ones. And if you keep spamming it, the more you spammed it, it's just gonna keep. You're gonna do stronger attack as you keep going along. And if you hold it for a tiny bit to charge it back up and just release, it gives you a little bit stronger attack. Now you do have to aim with this weapon, kind of like the bow gun. I mean the heavy gun. You do have to aim with this weapon to get you full out of it. It does. You get 6 points, and then you charge it, and then you get a good 9. All right. Then you have speed shots. There you go. If you hold the speed shot, it does this arrow right here. And you basically just release a bunch of mortars. And like I said, the speed shot is just that. Just that. Just 3 shots. Really quick. Which is pretty cool when you learn how to do it. Like, you can be... And right to the speed shot, dodge. The only thing that sucks about this, it requires you to press other buttons, unlike the bow gun, which is kind of like basically any first shooter game. This one requires you to be taking your hands away and then doing the speed shots and stuff like that. It just, to me, it takes a little bit too long. I wish it was just push. You can push. You can push R2, but if you want to do the more crazy shots, it requires you to basically roll out of the way and then go right into like a speed and re-aim and then go into a speed shot. Then you put a different cartridge. You got different coating for your. You can do poison coating. You can do different type of coating. And then you have what's called the Dragon Piercer, which is the move everybody loves to do. Now, when you do Dragon Piercer, you don't necessarily have to aim. You don't have to, you just do, it just does the animation. And all you have to do is aim, I should say. So you do the animation, and it's going to hold it there for a few seconds, and all you have to do is aim at the target. But how I would recommend you do the Dragon Piercer is run away from the creature, climb on the top, get to a nice high ground, aim at the target already, and then just let it have it. But this is situational, guys, because your targets, like I said, your targets will always be mobile. They will not be sticking around for you to just hit them. Your targets will always be mobile. That's why some weapons I don't use, because it requires me to always be mobile, always be on my feet, moving quite fast, and dodging attacks, and still spamming attacks on the target, guys. So for that reason, I don't use any heavy weapons that don't allow me to be mobile. I need to be constantly on the move. And the last weapon we're going to be checking out is... Oh, no, not the last weapon. We have the Cancer Blade and the Axe Sword. So the Cancer Blade, very easy. Your bread and butter is going to be triangle. You're going to go hard with the triangle. And if you keep spamming it, of course, you'll just keep doing dual slashes and this. And you got the square, of course. Then you press R2. It's great, and then you just launch into the air, into this nice, cool animation. You know, you just vault into the air as soon as you press it. Boom. as you get stronger, guys, this will allow you to be able to stay in the air longer and do more things with it. And of course, you got this bug on the side of your hands right here. Now, this Kensec right here, you will be able to modify it throughout the game. But what it does is basically you send it out, and it goes and collect stuff for you, and then you can call it back. And you know, you aim the Kensec by pressing and you release it, kind of like just shooting the freaking bow gun. And then once you're done, you just have to call the Kensec back, and you're like, all right, Kensec, come back. You just press circle, and then Kensec comes back. Boom. Now that was doing damage. That was doing damage. When you want it to harvest, you just send out by pressing triangle. It goes and harvest something, and once it's done harvesting, you just call it back, and it gives you the buff. As you can see on the left-hand side of the square, I had there's a little bit of this little diamonds that are gonna light up underneath the sword on the left side of the screen where your life bar is or your HP bar is, and the more you send out, the more it will recover different type of buffs for you, like damage buffs, elemental buffs. So you can withstand if a creature is like a lightning creature, and then you don't want it, you just send it out, boom, it gets it, and then you call it right back up, and you boom, you get that buff again, and you send out as many times as you want. You can even aim it like a different spot right there. You can aim it at a different spot. You're like, hey, go over there. You always have to call it back to aim it at a different spot. Let's see if we can get something else here. Let's see if we can get a different square. Let's see it. Nope, it's just gonna keep getting the damage. Let's call it back. Let's send it out over there. See if it'll get us a different color square. Oh, okay, we got a different color square. Once it comes back, it's gonna give you that buff. So now we got another buff. So we just send it somewhere else again. Let's see if we can get another buff. There you go. You just send it out, and then you come back. All right. So that right there is a water elemental buff I just got. I can tell because the little animation of water, and that's another buff. So once you get all three, you basically are OP'd, and you can just go in and do what you gotta do really fast. All right. Last weapon we're going to be looking at, guys. Last weapon, guys. Boom. This is the axe and freaking sword.
Switch axe has two forms, axe and sword.
Alright.
You can power up the sword attacks by injecting them with file energy.
So you got the axe attack. You can do, let's go fill up with some file energy like he says. Just do your thing here. You just stack them up by pressing triangle. Alright, after a while, you just switch into the sword by pressing R2. Boom. And now you're in the sword mode. Just start going mad. Do your thing. And these weapons will become stronger variation of themselves. And once you out of the little buff, which you're gonna see on the left hand side again, it shows you the little buff. Once you're out of it, it's just gonna switch back into the axe mode. And if you want it back to the sword mode, you just gotta recharge it back up in the axe mode, and then you can go back into sword mode. That's the last weapon, guys. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into details with these weapons. You can get even more in detail. There's like a chainsaw type of move you can do with it. Pretty cool weapon. Like I said, guys, you have to master. I would master 2 weapons: a sword weapon and a heavy gun weapon, light bow gun or the heavy bow gun. It doesn't matter. Even the bow too. I would master one of those. But most likely, you're gonna see me be playing with the heavy bow gun or the long sword. I mean, the heavy gun or the long sword. Yeah. Once again, guys, just master just 1 or 2 weapons, because you start getting into fluid and using all the other weapons. I know a lot of people are going to be commenting like, what do you mean? Why can't I master all the other weapons? No, you can. It's just going to take you a wicked long time to master every weapon. And you're probably not going to master them. You're probably going to be able to use them mediocre compared to people who's been using one weapon throughout the whole game. He's gonna basically master it. So let's say for some reason in the future, the game developers decided they were gonna use they were gonna put in the game PvP mode, and you guys like, oh man, I'm gonna use this weapon compared to a guy who mastered this weapon. He's gonna probably be like OP'd and just destroy you, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And I'm gonna be like, oh, he's mad OP. That's what just happened. He's OP, so he just kind of like just crippled you because he's super OP. But yeah, guys. Alright, so guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be using a little bit more weapons so I can let you guys see them in action, especially when I go into the open world, guys. If you like the video, guys, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're a veteran to the channel, then enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up like I was saying. And if you don't like the video, then I don't know what to tell you. But linear vision out, guys.